Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to ask how do they feel about you and what action do they want to take at this time. Also, I am going to mirror this to help empower everyone. I want everyone to feel empowered on this journey, okay? Also, my intention is to help as many people as possible get into twin flame union, also help people become the highest versions of themselves, also to be a clear channel for the divine and have fun. Okay, let me take my cheat sheet down here. Let's begin. Now, this will be for the DM and this will be for the DF, but please know you can switch it if you feel what you relate to is the DM side, especially even with my old videos as well. If you feel you relate to the DM side, just switch it. Just switch, whatever feels right to you. This is for the collective, so please take resonates and leave the rest. Okay. So, also this is a timeless reading, so whenever you click on this is the right time for you. And so now let's ask, what do they feel about? I'm sorry. What do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? What do they feel about you? How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? 2 cards. How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? Awe. Yeah. So we have Sybil of Cups upright, and we have Sage of Swords reversed. Okay, so let's start with Sybil of Cups. So the way the divine masculine feels about you, okay, and again, you can switch this if you feel, is that your divine masculine feels that you are, just this beautiful, emotionally balanced, go with the flow, very spiritual type person. This is how the divine masculine sees you. Maybe some of you are water signs, or maybe you have a water sign in your chart, right? Maybe you're a Cancer, Scorpio, or I should know the water sign since I am a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And so the Sybil of Cups is all about, kind of mastering your emotions, going with the flow, and being very intuitive. That is how they feel. That's how they see you. Okay, and then we also have Sage of Swords. So Sage of Swords, well, so upright, it's all about, being clear, having clarity, like knowing where you want to go, being balanced in your head. So it's almost like your divine masculine's a little confused about you, okay, because it's reversed. So they're a little confused. They are maybe using their intellect a little bit more so than their heart at this time, instead of going into their heart to really feel into and like using their intuition. Instead, they're up in their heads and they're questioning everything. Okay, and so that's the problem. They are feeling very confused. All right, let's get a clarifier. How does the divine masculine feel about you? How does the divine masculine feel about you? 1 card. How does the divine masculine, the collective divine masculine, feel about you? Ooh, they're showing, oh, it's a mask. They are masking their feelings from you, not showing their true feelings. They are pretending. They are pretending. Okay, so how do they truly feel? How do they truly feel? How do they truly feel at this time for their divine feminine? This particular group of divine masculines, how do they feel? Oh, interesting. So we got the clock reversed. Okay, it's funny, we got the same card last time. It's almost like, you know what? We're not ready to show you. We're not ready to show you our cards yet. We're not ready. Now that's interesting. So just know this is mirror work that we're about to do. We're about to do some mirror work on this. So that's interesting. That's a big key right there. Why are they not willing to show you? how they feel at this time. What is going on? So this is how I'm going to empower everyone, right? Because we're on timelines that can be changed all the time. And it's just raising your vibration. So let's look at the Divine Feminine first. How does the Divine Feminine feel about their Divine Masculine at this time? Let's just get 2 cards. How does the collective Divine Feminine feel about their DM? 2 cards. All right. Interesting. I feel like you're judging them. Perhaps you're judging them. Perhaps there's some judgment going on. And Page of Pentacles reversed, and they call this concrete ideas. Again, you don't have a very concrete idea either. They're confused, you're confused. Not very concrete. And so you might be up in your head as well and maybe judging them, and that's how you both are feeling. So there's a definite mirror going on here. Okay, so let's ask this then. How do you feel about yourself? Let's mirror that, because that's all they can mirror back to you, right? They can only mirror back to you what's inside of you, and a lot of it's subconscious. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, let me hit the Divine Masculine first. A lot of it's subconscious that we're not even aware of. And that's why people are mirroring and triggering us right now to get a sense of where we're at. Like the more triggered you are, it tends to tell you where you're at. Okay, so let's see. Let's ask the Divine Masculine. How do you feel about yourself? Because you have no choice but to mirror that back to them. Okay? How do you feel about yourself? DMs, 2 cards. How do you feel about yourself? Yeah. Well, the way they feel about themselves, they feel a bit broken right now. I got this card yesterday. So the way they feel about themselves is that they're healing. They're still healing. And we got the Seer of Swords. So this is usually my, having clarity, seeing the truth, knowing where to go, feeling pretty confident about it. Okay, maybe it could be a message, but this pertaining to them and how they feel about themselves, they just don't feel that they have clarity right now about themselves. They don't have clarity about themselves. They're still figuring stuff out. They are still healing. They don't know the truth of the matter with what's going on inside themselves, I think. But let's get a clarifier. Why is the Seer of Swords reversed with the 4 of Swords? For the DM, why? How do they feel about themselves? How do they feel about themselves? How do they feel about themselves? Interesting. We got coffee. Whoops. Is that one card? Yeah, we got coffee cup. Okay. So how they feel about themselves is that they're trying to feel uplifted. And the way they're doing that, what I'm getting from this and what they're telling me is that, well, they like to distract themselves, okay? They don't like to go into their own feelings, is what I'm getting. They just want to feel uplifted. So what they'll do is they will plan things. They'll be with friends. I don't know, like instead of going within and healing themselves, they'll go without and distract themselves. Okay, let's go ahead and get 2 cards for the Divine Feminine. How does the Divine Feminine feel about themselves? 2 cards, please. How does the Divine Feminine feel about themselves? How does the Divine Feminine feel about themselves? 2 cards, please. Okay, so the way the Divine Feminine feels, and I have to agree, I am kind of, I actually am very much resonating with this particular 2 cards, for me anyway. So it looks like the Divine Feminine is feeling a bit unstable and not feeling very tranquil. Not a whole lot of tranquility going on, not a lot of stableness going on, right? So we want to flip that. So this is how we feel. So unfortunately, this is what's being mirrored back to us. Now, if we were feeling pretty tranquil and if we were feeling pretty stable, emotionally stable. Oh, I apologize. This is the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, I do apologize. That is not, well, I must have said that for some reason. So maybe for some of you, you aren't feeling very stable, which makes total sense because of what's going on out in the world. And that could a lot to do, that may have a lot to do with tranquility. Okay, so that is reversed. Okay. And so a lot of us not feeling like life is, we're not feeling at ease right now for many of us. And so that is something that could be blocking that prosperity of our union, right? Because we don't want to attract our twin flame when we're feeling flustered or feeling, unstable, feeling like we're out of sorts, confused, right? We want to be stable. We want to be, in our like bliss. You know what I'm saying? We want to be empowered. We want to be the divine feminine before we get into twin flame union. And I think a lot of us are in and out of that, right? Because, right now things are shaking up. The world is being shaken up. And so we talk to people, right? We have family members, we have friends, and people are being shaken up. And so this is rocking us to our core, but unfortunately it also does affect the twin flame union because we have to be the divine feminine, or if you resonate as a divine masculine, although we have both. Again, you can always look at these readings as both, as your own divine masculine, your own divine feminine, and what it is you need to work on. Okay, maybe you relate to this. Maybe you find yourself distracting yourself instead of doing the inner work. So it just depends on what you resonate with. It could be both. But we also have Knight of Cups reversed, okay? Romantic gesture. So what this is really telling me is that you need to make this romantic gesture to yourself, right? So we're feeling like almost like unloved, this romantic gesture is not coming. Life isn't very easy right now. It doesn't look like it's a smooth path ahead. Looks like a rough road. Right? And so we have to make our own gestures to ourselves. So I'm always asking myself this, right? Because again, our counterpart can only mirror back what's inside of ourselves. So constantly I'm saying to myself, how can I show myself love? How can I show myself that I matter? What am I doing to not nurture myself? Well, for me, it was not taking time off from work. And so I said, I have to do that. I'm going to show myself some love here, right? Doing my mission is showing myself love because it's what I love to do. It is my passion. Okay, whatever it is for you. I'm starting to take Mind Valley classes. Just whatever you feel is going to nurture you. Okay, because once you start doing that, right? So once you make that a daily habit of nurturing yourself and following your own discipline and making your life into this tranquil life of ease and love and happiness, when you start doing this for yourself, you start attracting that to yourself. But when you're attracting when you're feeling not so tranquil and you're feeling a bit upside down, then unfortunately that is what we attract. And it puts us in a lower vibration and we attract a version of our divine masculine in a lower vibration. And when we do that, it tends to be a bit orry. Just saying. Okay. So this is why we do the mirror work. This is what we're trying to figure out. Okay, so let's take a look at what action do they want to take at this time. Well, what action for the divine masculine? What kind of action do they want to take at this time? 2 cards. What action do they want to take? 2 cards for the divine masculine. For the DM, what action do you want to take at this time? Okay. Well, this is what it looks like. Okay, so we have 9 of Pentacles upright, and we have 5 of Wands reversed. Okay, so what action do they want to take? Well, they don't want to fight right now. For some of you, maybe some of you, there was a little bit of arguing, maybe a little bit of conflict. Well, this is also when this is reversed, and what they're telling me, this also means they want reunion, right? So this is kind of like breakup, fight. They want reunion with you. They want to be back in union with you. They want this with you. Okay, Nine of Pentacles, though, is also about spending time alone. So there's a couple of things going on. So right now, what it looks like is that they just want to spend a little bit of time alone, getting to know themselves, feeling into their own bliss, feeling into their own. And again, this could be you if you are resonating with this particular side, or your DM side of you, where you just want to learn to be able to rely on yourself and not rely on others. You want to feel that freedom of being in your sovereignty. Okay, and then the next card with this Five of Wands reversed, again, you don't want to be in conflict, don't want to be in this fighting mode, and this also means reconciliation as well. Okay, let's take a look at the Divine Feminine side. Divine Feminine side, what action do you want to take right now? What action do you want to take right now? What action? Cards. What action do you want to take right now? Oh, there it is. There's the stable card. See, I knew it. I had a feeling it was coming. So we have Knight of Wands reversed, and we have King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I'm going to get a clarifier for this. But what this is telling me is the action that you want to take is anything that will help you get out of this feeling of being unstable, as well as you want to be able to find this passionate adventure. You want to be able to, feel stable enough to, move into the next chapter. Right now, you don't feel stable enough to take this passionate adventure right now. You just don't, you don't want to take that action right now. But let's get a clarifier. What action? I was going to say, and you might resonate more with the DM side. It's up to you. Maybe you feel your counterpart is resonating with the Divine Feminine side. It's totally, you could switch. Because we're both, right? We're both the DM and the DF. Okay, so what clarifier can you give me on King of Pentacles reversed with the Knight of Wands reversed? Yeah, palm tree. Yeah, you just want to be stable, secure. You want to have that endurance. You want the endurance for the long run. You want to be able to feel that stability in yourself before you take that passionate adventure with your DM. I also will just mirror that and just say for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, what action should you perhaps take towards yourself? What action should you perhaps take towards yourself? Two cards. What action should you take towards yourself? For the DF. Yes. Okay, so we got Chariot reversed, and we have Wheel of Fortune upright. Right, so maybe don't charge ahead too fast. It's so funny because if you look at signs and synchronicities out there, if you look at the different bugs that come to you or animals that come to you, try to look up their totem, and they give you messages. So twice I've seen an inchworm. And this inchworm I looked up and it says, please take your time. They're like, just stop rushing and just take your time. You have time. You feel like you have to get everything done yesterday. And you need to take, so maybe taking your time, not charging ahead, okay? Steering, steering in the direction that you want to go before charging ahead. And then you also have Wheel of Fortune, which is nice. So the action you want to take is towards your destined opportunity. That could be your mission. Obviously, it is your twin flame union. That is the, but the direction that you want to take towards yourself, okay, is to know that there are cycles and that you are on a particular cycle right now, a cycle of healing, a cycle of self-love, a cycle of shadow work, mirror work, and this is going to take you to your destined opportunity. Okay, now let's go ahead. So let's move on. Okay, they asked me to, I'm going to do another guidance from the angels. Let's do another guidance from the angels. So we have 8, and you can look up on your own app or website. 8, 9, 8, 9, 8. We have 8, 9, 8. 8, 9, 8. Okay, so let's do this. And again, you can look it up on your own website and you can find the perfect message for you. But this says, it's a message from your angels that a significant phase in your life has come to an end or will do so soon. Other related and unrelated issues or situations will also draw to a close as a result. This is happening for reasons which will become evident soon. It encourages you to continue on your current path. Trust the guidance from the angels as they walk beside you every step of the way. Know that your diligence and devotion to your personal spirituality will manifest all that you need in your life. It's also telling you to begin a spiritual practice and or a spiritual-based career or service-based venture or project, knowing that you are serving your soul purpose as a light worker. Trust that you will be fully supported by the angelic and spiritual realms. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's get a card, another piece of advice or guidance. What do you want us to know, please? For the collective. What would you like for us to know for the collective? I will be pulling a message from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine soon. I will do that at the end. All right, awareness. Right. Oh my goodness, we have 1111 or 111. So if you see the numbers 1111 or if you see the numbers 111, those will be signs and synchronicities for you. And that is to give you awareness that you are on the right track. Awareness. This is my Divine Flame Love Oracle deck, by the way. Okay. Also, I wanted to read something from the Yogic Path. I did pick a card for you guys. Now, because I did not bother to see if it came out upright or reversed, I'm going to read both. So if this was, because I feel like they're both really good messages, okay? So it says for reverse, it is easy to lose sight of who you are when the world is pulling you in a million directions, which is what's happening, right? When your solar plexus is low, you feel unsure about what it is you really want. Take some time apart from others, especially those who are trying to direct your path, and figure out who you are outside of everyone else. Explore new topics, read new books, travel to new places, immerse yourself in new cultures. It is time for you to unlearn all that you learned so you can become all that you are. Sorry about that. Okay, and then if it's upright for you, you have come to a place where you know exactly who you are. Okay, it says, gone are the days of confusion and blurred lines between your truth and your expectations of others. You have grounded into your essence and built the foundation of your empowered self. You've had to let go of many friendships and relationships that were no longer serving you to get to where you are, and it was all worth it. Now is the time to really go after what you want in life. What do you care about? What lights you up? How do you want to serve? Meditate on these questions and take action on what comes up. Beautiful. I wanted you to get both of those messages. All right. And then I do want to quickly do this board because we're getting to be almost a half hour. So let's do this board. I think it's pretty fun. Let's do spiritual path. Let's do spiritual path. What do you want us to know, Archangel Uriel, about our spiritual path? What would you like us to know, please, about spiritual path, please? What does it say? 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Journal and write. Okay, so it's going to help you on your spiritual path is to journal and write. Beautiful. That was guidance from Archangel Uriel. Alrighty. We're also going to grab a couple more messages here of something that you may need to know. Just 3, please. I just need 3, please. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what do you need to know? Crown chakra. Okay, so we got crown chakra. So that means maybe you need to balance your crown chakra, maybe do Hertz music for the crown chakra, activate the crown chakra. Okay, distracted. I knew it. We got that. Yes. That's what we got here, right? We were talking about that. Was it this reading or was it yesterday's reading? Oh, I'm sorry. It was yesterday's reading. Okay, yes. Distracted. We got this yesterday. Yes, the distraction. Oh, no, it is. No, I'm sorry. It was this reading. It was. That's what I got from this coffee cup. It was this reading. So many people, I don't know if it's you or your divine masculine, are distracting yourselves from what is your inner work, okay? And so perhaps work on your crown chakra, work on your, feeling all one with consciousness, all right? And that has to do with spirit, okay? The way to enlightenment is not through the physical, it's through spirit. It's not to be distracted by what no longer serves you or you're no longer aligned with. So whatever you're no longer aligned with in your vibration, everything has a vibrational set point. Get rid of it. If it's a TV show that doesn't serve you anymore, if it's a song that doesn't serve you anymore, whatever it is, if it's people, well, you heard the card, right? Now, remember I was saying how maybe some of you are a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Well, we got that too. So maybe your divine masculine's a Pisces, maybe you're a Pisces. And so that's an extra message for you. Maybe the Pisces season, which is February, maybe something happened during that time for you. All right. And then also, I'm just going to do a couple of, I like to mix it from the last time. All right. Some initials here that they may want to come out and say hi. The initials we got are K, A, W, T, R, U, I. K, A, T, W, R, U, I. Awesome. Okay. So now let's do a message from the divine masculine to the divine feminine, please. Can I have a message? I would love a message from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. What does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know right now? Since they're not showing us our feelings, their feelings. Yeah, so there's some mirroring going on. So I just don't think I'm right for you. Okay, so they just don't think they're right for you right now. Well, that's because, again, there's some mirroring going on. But I'm telling you right now, they do want this reunion with you. They do want this reunion, but they're questioning if they're right for you, which makes total sense because they do not have clarity. Okay, they don't have clarity. They don't have the truth. Although they do see you as this, very balanced, intuitive, beautiful person, but they have this mask on right now. They do not want to show you their true feelings, and that is because they don't think that they're right for you at this time. But that's okay. It's just a mirror, and you can switch timelines. You can be empowered by that, okay? That is something we can empower ourselves. Let me grab one more message from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. It's okay to feel that way, but it's not true, right? Okay. It says, I am not awake to this connection, but for some reason you're still on my radar. I am not awake to this connection. So for some of you, I don't think for a lot of you, but I think for some of you, you may be on a very low vibration, okay? If you're if you're on a vibration down here, so if you're in fear right now, and this does not have anything to do sometimes with the actual twin flame connection. This could be fear of the virus. This could be fear of losing your sovereignty. Whatever this could be fear of what's going on within the government. Whatever fear you have is going to bring you to that vibration. It could be anything. It could be fear of losing a job. It could be the economy that's going on. Right? It could be anything that's bringing you fear right now. I'm just picking a vibe. Maybe you don't resonate with that at all. Maybe you're in desire. Maybe you desire to be with your twin flame so badly. Okay. So what this does is it puts you in a very low vibration. And now what you're doing is you're attracting to a DM or a DF, depending on what you relate to, at that vibration. They have no choice but to mirror back to you where you're at. So if they're thinking I'm not awake to this connection, and trust me, I've been here, okay, and it's only because I fell in my vibration. If they're saying I'm not awake to this connection, but for some reason you're on my radar, what this tells me is that you might be in connection with a very low vibrational version of your twin flame. Okay. Only because they have to mirror back where you're at. They're not allowed to be up here while you're down here at a conscious level. I'm sorry, at a conscious level they can be. What I'm saying is you can't. I'm just saying, yes, they can. There's a version of you on every timeline, okay? We have multiple versions of ourselves, okay? But you have to be a vibrational match, and you really want to get together at peace. But if some of you are vibrating down here in fear or desire or maybe anger, okay, the problem is that you may be attracting a version of your twin flame at a very low level. Okay? So make sure you somehow heal this, whatever it is, do your mirror work, find out what you can do to heal the situation. All right? Dive deep, do what you need to do, take classes, meditate, whatever it is that, clean those. Energy work is very important. Do that every day, energy work. And make sure that you get yourself back up to the fifth dimension, love, joy, and peace. And I promise you, you will get a different message. Because right now, maybe for some of you, there's a mask going on because maybe they're not even awakened. For some of you, they just don't think they're right for you. And that's only because, and not to no fault of your own, subconsciously you might be in, or maybe consciously, maybe you're in, again, to no fault of your own, you just dove in your vibration due to some fear, not realizing. And so now you just have to do the work, okay? Do the mirror work, do the shadow work, get yourself back up here, and you will get a higher version of your twin flame, okay? I hope that makes sense. If you're interested in a personal reading, please email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Otherwise, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button to get all my videos. I will continue to do mirror work and shadow work to empower everyone. And I love you all. Thank you so much for all of my new subscribers, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.